Hello everybody, and welcome to part 3 of my CD collection. And here I'm going to be showing the E's and the F's. So as you can see, I don't have a lot of E's and F's, so this video won't be as long. So yeah, first I've got some Electric Light Orchestra, or ELO for short. So this is their self-titled debut album. I think in America it was called No Answer. But yeah, fantastic debut album. It's not their best. I mean, they would get better. They would progress their sound in later albums, but still great. I do love ELO. And then I have El Dorado. This is considered a classic, but I'm not a massive fan of this album. I mean, I like it. It's good, but it's not one of my favourites. Can't Get It Out of My Head is a great track, though. But, you know, it's some see it as a classic, but it's how you see it, I guess. This is my favourite ELO album, Out of the Blue. This is a masterpiece. This was my introduction to ELO, so yeah, this is just fantastic. I love it. It's Mr. Blue Sky, Turn to Stone, Sweet Talking Woman, It's Over, Cross the Border, Starlight, Night in the City, Stepping Out. I mean, just excellent. I love it. This is a Desert Island album for me. This is their Sgt. Pepper, in my opinion. And then I have ELO. This is original album classics. So this has five. So this has five of their albums on it. So we have On the Third Day. Different cover, because I think there was a different cover where it had a picture of, it was more like a spacey album cover with just Jeff Lynne's face in the centre. I think I prefer that cover. I think it was between two different countries, because I know there was the American release was different. This is the American track listing, because it includes Showdown, which was not on the UK release. In the UK it was just released as a single. But it was included. I mean, the American version, the track listing is not really different. It's just that on the American version they included Showdown on the end of, in the middle of the album. So yeah, the UK version is just the same. It's just one track short. But yeah, so yeah, I prefer the American version just because you get all the tracks on here, whereas on the UK version you don't get Showdown, which is a great song. And this one's Face the Music. This is a classic album. It's got Evil Woman on here and Strange Magic. New World Record. This is a classic. This is probably their second best album in my opinion. This has Living Thing, Telephone Line, Tightrope, Do Ya. It's just a great album. And Discovery, this is great as well. It's got Confusion on here, Diary of a Horace Wimp, Last Train to London, Shine a Little Love, Don't Bring Me Down. Amazing. It's probably one of my favourites. And then we've got Time. This is their first 80s album. And yeah, it's really good. So let's get all these back in the... in their box. It's got my phone in the other hand, so nothing to do it with. And I do have some more ELO. This is Secret Messages. It's quite a good album. Not one of the best, but it's got does this one have Rock and Roll is King? Yes, it does. It's a great song. And then Balance of Power. It's considered one of their weakest albums. I would agree, but I don't think it's a bad album. You know, it's decent. You know, there's some. It Is Alright is a great track. Calling America's pretty good. So yeah, it's not all bad. And this one's called ELO. Well, ELO Part 2. So yeah, this is like a spin-off band. This was basically ELO without Jeff Lynne. So after ELO broke up, the other members of ELO basically continued without. It's basically ELO continuing without Jeff Lynne, but they changed the band name to ELO Part 2. And I've played it once, and it's all right actually. I mean, yeah, it's not as good. I mean, because I do, you know, it's not the same without Jeff. Because to me, Jeff Lynne is ELO. ELO are his band. But you know, it's not bad. It's all right, but it's not the same without Jeff. And then I have the very best of Electric Light Orchestra. So yeah, it's a good compilation. You've got some good songs on there. And I've got Zoom. This is a really good comeback album. Yeah, I think All Right is a great track. And then I have Alone in the Universe, and it's got the 3D cover. I don't know if you can see there, but yeah, pretty decent album. I've pretty much got nearly all the ELO albums. I just need to get ELO 2, which is their second album. I need the Xanadu soundtrack and their most recent album, From Out of Nowhere, and then I'm complete on them. So yeah, next we've got this is the very best of Elton John, and yeah, I do like a bit of Elton. I mean, who don't, right? And then got the Everly Brothers. This is called All Killers No Fillers, 25 tracks of pure gold. So yes, just a greatest hits of the Everly Brothers. Yeah, I like a bit of the Everly Brothers. All I Have to Do Is Dream is probably my favourite. That's a lovely song. And then I've got a few by Eric Clapton. I'm not as big a fan of his solo work as I am with Cream and the Yardbirds or Blind Faith, but he has some great stuff. This is Eric Clapton's Stages. This is a compilation of it's basically a compilation of different stages in his career. So there's some Cream stuff on here, there's some John Mayall's Blues Breakers, some Blind Faith, and Derek and the Dominos. So yeah, that's pretty good actually. And I have Eric Clapton Unplugged, which, as I've said, I'm not a big fan of live albums, but you know, this is an essential live album. And then I do have a compilation. This is called Complete Clapton. So it's basically a 2 CD compilation of his, mainly his solo career. I mean, there's a couple of Cream songs on here. There's a bit of Blind Faith, a bit of Derek and the Dominos, but it's mainly his solo stuff. So yeah, this is a really good compilation. It's a very concise overview of his career. And possibly all I need, I think, with this lot, I think I'm good to go on Clapton. And I have the very best of Fleetwood Mac. I do like a bit of Fleetwood Mac. I'm more partial to the Peter Green era. I think the Stevie Nicks stuff and Lindsey Buckingham's good as well. But yeah, I'm a Peter Green guy. You know, Albatross, brilliant song. And I think with this, I'm good to go with Fleetwood Mac. You know. And then got the Freddie Mercury album. So this is I love Queen, as you know. I'm a huge Queen fan. I'm not as big a fan of his solo stuff as I am with Queen, but he definitely had some great songs. The Great Pretender, Living on My Own, Barcelona, Mr. Bad Guy. It's actually a compilation. It's not actually a studio album. It's a compilation, but yeah, it's great stuff on there. This is All Right Now, the best of Free. I do love Free. They're a great band. Quite underrated, actually. I mean, the song All Right Now, I mean, that song never gets old. It's awesome. So yeah, that's a great compilation there. And the last one I have to show, this is the very best of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, Jersey's Best. And I do love some Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. This is a really good compilation, 2 CDs. So many good songs. Sherry, Big Girls Don't Cry, Candy Girl, Oh What a Night, Working My Way Back to You. And I do love the movie, the Jersey Boys movie that was directed by Clint Eastwood. That's a great film. So yeah. So yeah, that's the E's and the F's. Hope you enjoyed that, and in the next video I'll be showing the G's and the H's. So I will see you then.